Aston Martin and J.Laverack had come together to make one of the most breathtaking road bikes I've ever seen. It's called the 1R and it's a seamless fusion of carbon fibre and titanium with no visible wires or bolts and bespoke cranks and 4 piston brake calipers. It's not the first time we've seen the Aston Martin name on a road bike, of course, but this is so much more than a branding exercise. It's a genuine partnership between the two British companies to push the design, engineering and manufacturing of the road bike as far as possible. And the results, in my opinion, are definitely worth it. Wow, what a bike.
For Aston Martin, whenever we partner with anyone, 1 and 1 has to make 3. And I think the levels of quality, the levels of engineering, the levels of precision, the levels of materiality are tantamount to us working together. And these guys, in terms of how they've used titanium, how they use carbon fiber, how they use the technology of what I would call simplicity and purity is really important. And Aston Martin is made around its beauty, its proportion, which is how you combine the materials, if you like, how you combine the aesthetic and the material to get a beautiful proportion. And a bicycle is a bicycle is a bicycle, not true. A bicycle is all about the detail. It is still all about the proportion as well. And I think from the very beginning when we first met, and we met through, I may not look like it, but I'm a cyclist. I enjoy cycling. In the past, a lot more than I have time for now. And I'd read about these guys and was introduced to them and loved their product and decided, I really want to work with you guys because you are, they're, I suppose, a little bit like myself and my team. They're 24/7 guys. They are just all about their product. And, if you work for Aston Martin within design, within manufacturing, within engineering, your life is Aston Martin. And there were some similarities with what we see with the Formula One team as well, and the dedication to materials, the dedication to weight saving, the precision quality of something. And that's why we have, 0.1R. So it's a really important combination of passion, desire to make something very special, something unique, something which is a true, if you like, it's a work of art in many ways. And here the art is their knowledge of lightweight titanium carbon fiber structures. And my philosophy was, I don't want to see wires. I don't want to see anything. I want this to look as though, not that it's got something missing, but how on earth is that done? If a consumer asks, how have you done that? Then we've hit the goal, we've hit the target.
It's quite an organic relationship. We started working together 4 years ago, and yeah, we kind of took the brakes off, so to speak, of the development and just made it the best we can possibly make it. So the most bespoke, the most advanced, and yeah, I hope you agree. It's something quite special.
What's it like working at Aston Martin, the car brand? Do they push you? Do they challenge you? Was it like an interesting process to go through?
It's an amazing experience, I would say. Aston Martin don't really need any introduction, do they? They make the most incredible cars, and working with the designers has been an absolute joy. They're amazing. It's a kind of honest, organic story. It's not two licensing departments coming together. With a spreadsheet of figures. It's a passion for design and bicycles, of course. Marek is a 2-time J.Laverack owner. He has a jack and he has a classic jack as well. So yeah, it's great. When we dropped his bike up to him and he said, we should do bikes, really got the thought going. Actually, there's a lot of brand synergy between us. 2 British brands, obviously they're significantly bigger than us, but we are all about bespoke. We're all about custom geometry and beautiful design, attention to detail.
I imagine designing and working on a bicycle is very easy compared to a car, or am I wrong to assume that? Is it more challenging than it looks?
No, I think it's more challenging than it looks, and we would never, that's why we partner with J.Laverack, because it's not about, yes, if you're a car designer, you go through the same principles of design. You go through similar colleges in terms of learning about the necessities of design, the language of design, the functionality of design. But I'm a car designer at heart, and these guys make bicycles. I'm not a bicycle designer. I need someone with expert knowledge to tell me yes or no. But the great thing about having a little bit of knowledge is you can challenge the expert as well. And that's when you find that something slightly different. And it's been the same with Aston Martin design, working on residences. I'm wearing a Gerard Perregaux watch, that we designed. Same thing. These guys have been making watches for over 2 centuries, and we collaborate together because I can challenge, I can ask why. And often in a field outside of your own, things are done traditionally, so you can ask why, and then you can challenge why, and that's what was so exciting about creating these bikes.
The one standout feature you're really proud of that you hadn't seen in a bicycle before?
I think just the integration of everything and making sure that it was seamless. And a bicycle and the human power needed to power the bicycle, it's quite a complex thing. So to challenge some of the norms and to actually hide things in a certain way, and then combine the technology of 3D printing, of the titanium, the carbon fiber, the revolution in many things, the bonding of things as well. So, we've got bonded parts in here that I don't believe are the industry norm. But for us, it's the norm. In a Formula One car, we bond. In our chassis, we bond. So I think understanding some of those principles, and the challenge was really to make sure that the precision, the perfection was there as we intended from the start, that there was that seamless transition. And then, of course, quality levels and the hidden detailing, if you like.
As you can probably see on the bike, we've really sought integration and the cleanest looking bike, no fixings on show, just sleek, graceful lines. And actually we do reference the cars quite a lot in the design as well. But yeah, and integrating the brake colours was definitely part of that process. Yeah.
Like what challenge you made them as integrated as they are?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, that part of the project is almost equal to the rest. So we've developed our own 4-piston brake caliper, really. So yeah, and it's a beautiful thing in its own right. It's 5-axis machined. It's got titanium pistons inside it, and really lovely to use. Obviously very powerful, but most of all, good modulation.
The new bike is brimming with innovation. I love how the brake calipers melt into the frame and fork, and my favourite detail by far. And the entire bike is bespoke, from the handlebar width to crank length, and of course, the colour.
Obviously, bespoke has been a really important part of this as well. So, hence the reason titanium lugs 3D printed and then carbon tubes cut to length. So there's some really beautiful detail in the carbon as well. That the herringbone pattern down the centre seam is straight from cars, really. Most of us know that car and bike brands have come together in the past in a kind of underwhelming way. It can be a bit of a badging exercise. We're absolutely adamant that this is not going to be that. We're going to start from scratch. And a true collaboration shouldn't be something that we make with another company's badge on. It should be both parties working together and creating something special. There's a few features on here that don't exist anywhere else yet. Obviously, the boltless cockpit, I believe that lots of people have done some really good things with making it super integrated, but removing the fixings altogether, and the integrated brake caliper as well. But right down to the tiny details, the disc rotor center 5-axis CNC machined titanium, and it matches the Valkyrie alloy wheel pattern. The bike's just like dripping with that kind of detail, yeah.
And can you talk to me about the handlebar? You've got one piece handlebar, it's very unique design.
Yeah. So the kind of center section that you'll see on the bar is 3D printed titanium. So that allows us to make the handlebar width, down to a fraction of a millimeter, perfect for the customer. So if you, Dave, needed a 36.8 wide handlebar, that's what you could have. So and obviously it's a very kind of delicate, elegant shape as well. With that hole that's in the stem, it seems impossible to run brake hoses in there, but they're in there.
You've also got your own cranks as well.
Yeah.
Your own design as well.
Yes, yeah. So the car aficionados will probably spot that It's similar in design to the DVX alloy wheel pattern, but yeah, the crank arm and spider is going to be made from carbon fibre. The tip is 3D printed titanium, and again, we could customise the length of that down to a fraction of a millimetre if we wanted to. And the rings are machined from one-piece alloy. Everyone who orders a bike is going to have a spec session on a bike fit at Gaydon, Aston Martin HQ, which is a brilliant experience. It's something that you would get if you bought one of the kind of hypercars, the Valkyries. So, yeah, people come to Gaydon, have a bike fit with me and Ollie, and we'll go through the configurator and we can spec the bike exactly as you'd like it to be. It's officially, it's priced on application. I mean, as you could probably expect, a bike made in this way in the UK, to the degree that this is made, it's set a new, I'd say it's set a new kind of category of hyper bicycle, I would say. Yeah.
A fascinating insight into the brand new J.Laverack and Aston Martin 1R road bike, the likes of which I've never seen before. There will be more content on the bike in the future, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. I may even, fingers crossed, get to ride it in the future.